Every good drama needs the perfect ingredients. Grand monuments, classic characters, undeniable beauty. Athens has it all. In this tale of the country's recent history, a Greek prince born into a royal family in exile, and a princess who by marriage became part of this complicated story.
It's an example of philoxenia, Greek hospitality.
The first tricky bit is knowing how to address Nikolaus and Tatiana. The royal family is no longer formally recognised here. So, is it your Royal Highness? Sir? Ma'am? Prince Nikolaus doesn't care. He's just happy to be here.
I often wake up in the morning, I look out my window and I pinch myself to say how happy I am to be here with her. Because it was a lifelong ambition of mine to move here.
If she'd said no, what would have been the outcome?
I would have persuaded her gently to try and wait some time.
I'm up for an adventure, so I don't think I would have said no. It was exciting. I fell in love with Athens.
The former king, Prince Nikolaus's father, Constantine II, was forced into exile after a military coup in 1967. A few years later, and a referendum finally abolished the Greek monarchy. It was decades before family members began to return to Greece. Prince Nikolaus himself didn't set foot in the country until he was 11, and now he's been living here for 5 years.
There was never a time where we actually were prohibited from coming to the country. My father took a decision after the referendum to allow the democracy to flourish and not be seen to be meddling.
The first trip that you came back to was, of course, to your grandmother's funeral.
It was a very poignant moment and a very pivotal moment in my life because it was a bittersweet return. It only reinforced what my grandmother had been telling me all my life up until that point about Greece being our home.
Why do you want to be so involved in the life of Greece, a country which officially in 1974 turned its back on your father and all he stood for?
It didn't turn its back on my father, it turned its back on the institution of the monarchy.
But you have a love of this country.
I do. And there's no way you can take that away from me. It's ingrained in me, it's in my DNA. If you deconstruct Greece, you're left with a boat, an olive tree, and a vine. And with those three things, you can reconstruct Greece.
This is glorious.
It is. This is another side of Athens.
Strolling under the olive trees, the smell of lavender in the air, this is Margie Farm.
Eggs and tomato, it's a dish from Mani in the south.
Where do we begin?
Greek salad. Traditional Greek salad.
Koriatiki, which means village salad.
These tomatoes,
They have flavor.
it's only when you have them like this that you realise how short-changed I'm being. You have a sort of a story I know I've been reading about that children are disappointed when they meet the princess.
I have been living with that.
What is it?
I don't. That's how I feel. I feel that a child wants to see a woman in a tiara and a ball gown, but that's not the real life. At least not my real life. I like to get my hands dirty and be on the ground.
But you both have this magnificent opportunity, don't you? I mean, to advance what you perceive as the causes necessary in the country.
I think
You can make a difference.
Yes, but without sounding too whatever, I think everybody can make a difference if they try and if they put their mind and their heart to it. The difference in our situations that maybe we can bring awareness to those issues.
If there's one thing that you would like me to take away from Athens, what would it be?
For me, it's that Athens has a lot of character. Athens is a city that's booming. It's sort of phoenix rising from the ashes, and there's a lot to discover. And I don't think it's the beautiful city that everyone imagines it to be. You have to dig in and get to really experience it, taste it, enjoy it. Athens is alive, and it's exciting.
if there was one thing that you should leave Athens with, is hope. It is a resilient city because it's made up of resilient people.
There it is again, this idea of making the best out of what you've got and carrying on anyway. It's today's spirit and tradition of the Greek way of life, and it is alive and well. I know it's not the done thing and perhaps a bit of a cliche, but I've been dying to do this since I got here. Drama. It's the one word that has rung constantly in my ears throughout my visit to Athens, to which I would now add resilience and hope. For time and again I've been told these are the golden threads that run through the spirit of Athens. I've always loved the philosopher's saying, it is only with the setting of the sun that one can judge how well the day went. And that is certainly true of Athens as the city and the country come out of the financial crisis, which is one reason why Athens must be on your list of places to visit in this world of wonder.